Hey everyone, I'm Mark from Travelshorts. This is my daughter Holly, and welcome to the 15th day of our China adventure. And today's episode is all going to be about heading home. It's our final day in China. We're about to check out of our hotel now here in Beijing, head to Beijing's Capital Airport and board our Air China flight all the way back to London Heathrow. Okay, we have just checked out of our hotel. I'm just ordering a taxi via Didi. That's through the Alipay app. Wow, it says it's arrived already. I've just done it. We have made it to the airport. This is Beijing Capital Airport, PEK. The taxi ride took about 55 minutes in total. There was two options to actually get to the airport today. We could have taken the metro and a subway train and then the airport express train, or the taxi like we just did. We opted for the taxi just because it's a lot more convenient and it was really cheap. That was only just over 64 yuan, which was about £7. So can you imagine paying £7 back home, how far that would take you? Whereas £7 here took us on a 55-minute journey. We're now looking for our area to go in for Air China in Terminal 3 here at Peck Airport. That says Air China, I think. Air China, this way. Big airport, Holly, big airport. So look, here is the Air China desks. So that was really quick checking in. There was no line at all. We went straight to the desk. We've got our boarding passes. We've got quite a bit of time here at the airport. Our flight doesn't depart for another 4 hours. We just wanted to make sure we got here on time in case there was any issues with traffic or passports or anything. So it looks like there's a lot of places to eat here before we go through security. We might get something, even if it's just a drink or a snack this side, and then head through security and wait airside for our plane. I think we're just going to walk around this side of security first. So we have been to this airport before, but we've never been to the check-in area in this huge hall here. We've only ever transferred through it. So last year on our way to Japan, we had a 10-hour layover in this airport where we stayed airside. Because it was late at night, it wasn't enough time to actually come into Beijing itself because it was in the evening. Everywhere would have been closed. So we just stayed airside for 10 hours waiting for our flight to the UK. Anyway, let's check this board to make sure our flight is on time. There is our flight, that 1630 CA 855 going to London. Check-in desk H17 to H32. As there's a lot of options to eat this side of security, and we've still got plenty of time, we're probably going to get something to eat here. Holly's eyeing up that McDonald's. We've only ever done McDonald's twice on this whole trip. It's just something quick, convenient. So we'll go there now. I think Holly only wants a McFlurry or something cool anyway, not actually a meal. Shall we go up there and take a look? And this is our McDonald's. It is just going to be a snack till we go through security, and we'll get something near the time of our flight. Decided to get a Happy Meal so I could give the toy to my son Matthew, who's really into Mario. So what is it?
Guy.
Oh, the mushroom Canopio.
I don't think that's the same.
It was in Japan, but I think it's something else.
I think his name is just Mushroom Guy.
Mushroom Guy.
I think this is who Matthew would probably want, except for Mario.
Now that we've just finished our snack, and I know that is quite a big snack to have, I think we're going to head through security, which is in that direction. We need to go through the international gate. So in this building here, we have domestic departures there. and international departures over there. So obviously we're going to go to international departures. You ready, Holly? Yep. Let's go. We are through security. That took an awfully long time. They literally check every single thing in your bag, especially if it's electronic. Even a cable has to go through individually through the security checker. I think we spent about 20 minutes there, don't we? Because I have so many batteries, I have so many chargers. We've got a laptop, 2 iPads, 3 cameras, all in this one bag. So all that needed to go through and be checked. Also remember, if you're carrying power banks, if you're flying from China, they need to be 3C certified. So that's a Chinese safety standard. If it doesn't have 3Cs on it, it will get confiscated. So that's one thing to bear in mind if you are flying through China. I think that also applies if you're being transferred through China as well. So say we were flying from the UK to Tokyo, but we had a transfer here in Beijing. You do go through a security screening then as well, just like we did last year. So ensure if you're carrying power banks, they have that 3C safety standard on there. Otherwise, it will be taken away. So I don't even know which gate we're on, if it's T3C, T3D or T3E. I think, international departures E1 to E62. So we'll get off at T3E. Looks like they've got one more immigration thing we've got to go through. Get our passports out again. So that was really straightforward. There was virtually no line behind us in the immigration. They just looked at our faces, looked at our passports, stamped our passports, took the picture to verify it was us. We didn't even have to do fingerprints there. That's only when you're coming into the country. So we're now in the international terminal. I think, shall we get some bottle of water from somewhere? We're going to get a bottle of water from somewhere. And we have got a gate already. So we're the 1630 CA855 going to London, gate E11. We've just come to gate E11 just to have a look what it looks like. And our plane is here already. We've still got another 3 hours before it departs. But there is our flight that's going to take us all the way to London Heathrow shortly. Actually, I've just looked at my watch and I must be mislaying my time a bit. We've got less than 2.5 hours to go before we depart. So from arriving in the taxi to going through departures, getting our McDonald's, then going through security, took a lot longer than I thought it did, Hol. Oh well, that's less time to spend here at the airport. We've just walked down to one end of the terminal building just to take a look around. We passed a number of small convenience stores where they sold snacks and drinks, etc. We're now going to walk all the way to the other end and see what's here. So we have just come to Pizza Hut to get Holly's lunch/dinner, because you probably want to eat the airline food either, will you?
Well, it's kind of breakfast.
Yeah, it's kind of breakfast/lunch/dinner. Holly's just corrected me. So she's going to have a pepperoni pizza and a passion fruit lemonade. And we've got a good view of the runway and the gates from here as well. And while we're waiting for the pizza, it might be a good opportunity to tell you guys that I've written a guidebook to China. It contains everywhere we've been, not just on this trip, but on our previous trip where we spent 22 days traveling from Beijing, Xi'an, Shanghai, Chengdu, Guilin, Yangshuo, and Hong Kong. It covers all the places we've stayed, all the hotels we stayed in, all the activities we did, all the attractions we visited, all the tips and tricks we learned along the way. It's a totally free download. You can click on the link to it down there in the description, or you can also scan the QR code on the screen here. And when I say it's free, I mean it is totally free. I won't even ask you for your email address. Holly's pizza has arrived. She's got a medium pepperoni. Gonna put some gloves on, keep her fingers nice and clean. The total cost for a medium pepperoni pizza and a passion fruit lemonade came to 103 yuan, which is just under £11. That's very hot at the moment. Need to let it cool down for a couple of minutes. Okay, we've finished the pizza. We're now going to look for a drink and some snacks for the flight. So believe it or not, we couldn't find any stores just selling water. So there are plenty of vending machines around the terminal building. So we just got some water from there now. We're walking to the end of this direction of the terminal, then we're going to turn back and then start just waiting by our gate. Although we haven't been able to get any snacks either for the plane. If we wanted any perfume, any liquor, any duty free, or some really expensive chocolate, it wouldn't be an issue. But we just wanted some snacks, like some crisps, maybe some chocolate. But there was no stores this side of security selling just those basics. While we're heading over to our gate, it's probably a really good time to tell you about our Instagram channel. These videos normally take me weeks or even months to edit and upload to YouTube. So if you want to see where we are, when we are, you can follow us on Instagram at Travelshorts. I post live story updates from wherever we are around the world. So if you want to see where we are, when we are, just follow us on Instagram at Travelshorts. Promotion over. We've just come to our gate. We couldn't find any snacks in the end, so we'll just make do with what food they serve on the airplane. So it should be about 30 minutes or so before we start boarding, due to depart in less than an hour's time. And that is our plane. It's a Boeing 777. We're going to be in seats 59A and C. It's second from the back, and it's just 2 seats next to each other. So the 2 last rows on this plane are in 2, 3, and 2 configuration. We were able to pre-book those 2 seats at the back, so it meant that we are just sitting together rather than having a stranger to the side of us, which is pretty good, isn't it, Holly?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The crew are just boarding the plane now. Time to board. We have made it on board. Holly and I are seats 59A and 59C. We were one of the first to board as well because they asked for people with children to board first at the same time as business class and first class. You want to have a quick seat tour before everybody else gets on board. This is a 777. Like I said, the main configuration is 3, 3, and 3. But me and Holly are in just a 2 configuration, and the seats behind us are also 2. This is the legroom. Not that much, to be honest, for me at least. Plenty for Holly. We have a tray table there. Looking a little bit rough around the edges. There's Holly demonstrating her tray table. Oh, okay. Is it a touch screen or is it the old-fashioned buttons here? I'm not sure. Yeah, actually, no, there's no... Actually, just looking at it, this is quite an old plane compared with the flight that we came out on. It's got no USB sockets around the monitor. You've got the headphone socket there in the arm. That also might mean it's got no plugs, Holly. Yeah, luckily I found a plug socket just below the seat, so we will be able to charge our phones during the flight. See, so there is the plug socket right by there. Above our head, there are some lights, but no air vents. And there's just a view down the airplane there. We are, like I said, second row from the back. So we do have a bathroom over there and there. And Holly just mentioned we can put more of our stuff in that seat pocket there, so it doesn't interfere with our legs. And we do have views out of 2 windows. So this is my main one, but I can also see that one pretty clear as well. Now I guess we just got to wait for everybody to board the plane, and hopefully we'll be departing on schedule. Holly is checking out the entertainment, seeing what's on. We are just pushing back from the gate, currently with 15 minutes after our due departure time. So probably up in the air in about another 5 minutes. That's only 20 minutes delay, nothing major. Hopefully we'll pick up that time up in the air. We took off about 30 minutes delayed in the end. Reasonably smooth takeoff, although we did feel like we were using the entire length of the runway. Felt like a really heavy plane to actually get up into the air. But we're in the air now, very bright. I closed the shade from my window here, get a lot of sunlight coming directly at me from the window in front. Holly's playing games on her phone. Nothing more to say. When something interesting happens, I'll let you guys know. The captain has just come over the tannoy to let us know that the flight time today will be around 10 hours, 20 minutes. Also to expect some turbulence along the flight, especially in the early part of this flight. And it has started to just go a little bit like that. So I think we're just starting to hit some pockets of bad air and some minor turbulence just as we've departed Beijing. We have just had our first drink service of the day. I've gone for a Coke. Holly's gone for a Sprite. Cheers. Just like any good Travelshorts travel day video, here's a quick tour of the bathroom on board. It's actually got quite a bit of space in here. So you got the toilet there, mirror all the way here. Hello. Got a sink. Waste paper there, and you've got soap there. There we go, the standard Travelshorts bathroom tour on board the plane. We're about an hour and a half in, and we've hit another pocket of turbulence. In fact, they're telling us all to sit down and strap in. They have just come round with the first meal service. There was two options, either beef with rice or fish with rice. Both me and Holly have opted for beef with rice. And this is what it looks like. It's like a minced beef with an egg and rice. We've got a bread roll with some butter, shredded cabbage and carrot maybe, and some melon. There we go. That's what it looks like. And I'm not sure if Holly's going to eat much of this, but she can have my melon if she wants. Yeah, it's kind of like a peppered minced beef. Unfortunately as well, both my windows are just simply too dirty. I'm not able to film out of them at all. So apologies for not being able to show you the ground below. We're currently flying over Mongolia. Ulaanbaatar is a bit further to the north, but that is the Gobi Desert below us there. And unfortunately, I can't show you guys because the window, like I said, is just so dirty. The camera just will not focus past the glass. They have dipped the cabin light, so I guess it's time to try and get to sleep. There's nothing really interesting on the multimedia center, so the films, the TV shows. They're the same ones as when we came here. They're all pretty old. So I've just got the map on, but the map isn't very detailed either. Not like the map that when we came here, which was a lot more interactive. This is just simply one screen. Doesn't tell you how long to destination, how many miles or anything like that. I'll show you what it is like now. That's it. That's the map. Tells you we're in Russia and that's the plane, but that's it. Anyway, we might try and nod off a little bit because I do need to get some rest, because even when we get to London Heathrow, I've then got a 4-hour drive all the way home. So again, I'll see you later. If anything interesting happens, I'll let you know. We're just over 4 hours into the flight, which means we have still got 6 hours, 20 minutes to go. Holly started to watch a film. I think it's Finding Dory. There she is. There. I'll keep you updated if anything else happened. We were getting so much trouble with the power adapter, the power socket down below us here by our legs. Basically, the weight of our travel adapter was just too heavy. It just kept leaning and falling out every few minutes, even from the vibration of the plane. So what I've done, I've put it into the socket and I've used my headset, the cable from that, wrapped it around and tied it in a knot to stop it coming out. That also means that I can't really watch the TV, which I'm not really planning to anyway, because there's a lot of old things. I've seen the majority of the things on there, and I'm just going to try and relax. And it also means our phones are able to be fully charged for when we arrive back in London later. Now, I don't know how well camera picked up that, but it looks like we're flying over some frozen lakes or something very similar over Russia at the moment. We've just got 3 hours left to go. They've just come over the Tanai to announce they'll be doing the meal service shortly, and Holly has been sleeping for the last few hours. They have come around with the food. There was 2 options, chicken and rice or beef and noodles. I opted for the beef and noodles. Holly didn't want anything. She's too tired. She doesn't want to eat. So I'll show you what this beef noodles look like now. There we go. We've got some beef and noodles, bread roll, salad, and a dessert of some kind. Looks like chocolate, something. There we go. We've just finished eating. We've hit a pocket of turbulence. It's shaking up and down reasonably, I don't know, I'm going to say medium turbulence. When we were off the coast of Estonia as well, there was some pack ice below us. I did try filming it, but with these windows, you probably couldn't see it properly.
Passengers sufficient point, and the aircraft is currently covered to dispatch.
We're now just a few minutes away from landing at London Heathrow. I can see the ground below me here. Flying over London. We'll be on the ground shortly. It was quite a rough landing, wasn't it, Holly? Just as we landed, it really went from side to side, and you could hear from the kitchen behind us there, some things fell out. Some loud bangs behind us. That flight was 10 hours, 31 minutes. We have arrived in London Heathrow. All we've got to do now, go through passport control and immigration, get on the bus, go and get our car, and then drive for at least 4 hours to get home. There we go, Beijing, carousel number 7. I can see our first bag. Got the first one, now let's just wait for the second. And that's Holly's bag. All we've got to do now, go outside, get the bus all the way to the car park, and then drive home. We are in the arrivals hall. We're going to go outside, follow the signs for on airport car parking, get on a bus, head to long stay terminals 2 and 3. The next bus will be in 3 minutes, not long to wait at all. On our ride back to the car park, I'd just like to say a big thank you to Pandaville, who actually invited us out to China as part of one of their escorted family group tours. Today's video wasn't sponsored by them, but they did sponsor all the previous videos when we were in Chengdu. If you are interested in traveling to China with Pandaville, I do highly recommend them. I'll leave a link to them in the description down below. You can also scan this QR code here to go directly to their website. Or if you want to contact them about anything at all, here's another QR code. If you scan that QR code, that will take you to their WhatsApp, so you can drop them a message if you've got any questions about their tours to China. And to all you lucky viewers who have been watching these videos, they are offering a special discount when you check out. So if you use the promo code Travelshorts, you will get a discount off your next trip. And all the information about that discount I'll leave in the description down below. Once again, thank you to Pandaville for inviting us out to China. It's really, really appreciated. We've made it back to the car, which means we're going to be ending this episode and our entire China Adventure series here. If you followed along on our adventures, thank you so much for watching. It's really appreciated. If you're new here, my name is Mark, along with my daughter Holly. We make travel and theme park videos from around the world. And if you've enjoyed this video and all our videos, please think about liking, subscribing and hitting that notification bell button. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.